Do you value being a beginner? I think as we get older, we devalue the beginner status. We're like, no, that person's an expert, has 10,000 hours or however many hours of experience. But there is so much value in being a beginner. And how do I know? I'm a beginner all the time. I just started taking roller skating lessons, and it is a humbling experience because I feel like such a beginner. But where is the value? Like as we get older, where is the value in feeling like a beginner? And there's a lot. I recently did a post on this, and I just got to thinking, like, what really feels good about that? Because it can feel embarrassing. It can feel, like I said, humbling. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to start a podcast. But you're like, I'm already this old. Am I going to be a beginner at that? I know. It's hard, isn't it? It's a little bit of a stretch because you just feel like I'm going to be so uncomfortable. People are going to look at me and laugh. But can you laugh at it? Can you just let it go and see the value of being a beginner? Because we learn so much about getting back up, about failing and getting back up. And it's not even failing because you're just learning, right? About keeping going, about being uncomfortable and being comfortable being uncomfortable, which is a practice and a challenge, but it's possible. Letting go of what others think, there's a beautiful value in it. I mean, we look at children and they don't care what anybody thinks. They'll just start something and try it. And it's so beautiful. And yet we lose that as we get older. And so can we laugh at ourselves? Can we not take it too seriously? Can we let go and just learn and find that value? I became a beginner at singing, songwriting, and playing guitar when I was about 40 years old. And I was about 38 when I first picked up the guitar. I had never played and sung on stage. I was in choir in high school. And I had to swallow my ego and say, okay, I'm going to suck for a while. And that's perfectly okay because I'm willing to. And so I did. And I just learned. And I learned a lot about songwriting. And some of my songs are not that great. But you know what? You have to keep doing it. And how are you even going to get anywhere if you're never a beginner? You're always going to be a beginner with anything that you do. At some point, you have to begin. No one's born with the matrix download of, jujitsu in their head, right? Although, God, it would be nice if we could download how to fly a helicopter. But anyway, I digress. So letting that go, I just had to step into, I'm a beginner at 40 years old. And can I just give a shout out to the music community where I live in Austin, Texas? They didn't even care. They were like, come on. And I was like, whoa, these people don't care. And there's so many people, no matter what field you're in, that if you're beginning something, they're going to embrace you. They're going to be like, come on. So if you want to start that podcast, if you want to start that YouTube channel, if you want to start whatever it is, if you want to learn roller skating like I am, there's a whole bunch of people that are already good at it. They began somewhere and they don't care. They're like, come on, do it. And I learned a lot. I mean, that feeds what I do now, sitting here on this podcast, because now I'm like, go for it at any age. You're 60 years old and you want to, pick up the guitar, write some songs, make an album, go for it. Like, just do it. Okay. So you suck, bang it out, get an electric guitar. They cover a lot of the mistakes. That's why I'm a big fan of electric guitar. But anyway, there is so much value in being a beginner. So I want this, if you're hearing this, maybe this is your sign to just say, okay, I'm going to be a beginner. I'm just going to go for it. I saw a girl on TikTok not too long ago. I wish I could remember who she was. And she said that a few years back, she started a YouTube channel and everybody laughed at her. I think it had been a while too. I think she started in 2014 and she said her family laughed at her. Her friends were like, what are you doing? And she didn't know what she was doing. Her first videos were not very good and she didn't care. And she said she has not missed a week of posting in the last, since 2014 or whatever it was. So what is that? 8 years. And she's built up like, I don't know, she had like 500,000 subscribers or something, maybe more. Like, I'm not good with the numbers, but anyway, a lot. She had a lot of subscribers and she makes a full living, like 6 figures off of this. And now she's like, I just ignored it all. And I just started and did it. And you can too. So I hope this is your message. Like I did. Did I make 6 figures off my music career? No, but who knows? You know what? Anything could happen. Something could get picked up for an Apple commercial. We don't know. So I posted about this recently on my Instagram, which is Real Amy Edwards, if you want to check it out. And someone commented with a comment that I want to read. And I was just posting about being a beginner and posted a little clip of us roller skating. And so anyway, her handle is Miss Andy Bobandy. Miss Andy Bobandy. It's Andy Medine. And this is what she said, and I love it. She wrote, I heard someone say recently that your ability to do whatever you want is directly related to your willingness to experience its opposite, which was profound to me. For instance, learning something new, you'll feel dumb and inadequate as you begin to master it. Are you willing to do that? You have to let yourself feel weak when you begin working out to get stronger. You have to be willing to feel lonely as you maintain boundaries and make space for your aligned tribe, etc. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to read that on the show when I talk about this. Because exactly, how willing are you to experience the opposite? If you want to have that podcast or have that, learn to play the guitar, you have to be willing to sit in that space of like, it's complete opposite. I can't play. And that's okay. It's got a lot of beauty to it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments and write to me too, because I want to hear from you. Amy@amyedwards.com.
Comment and let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you want to hear the full episode, it's available wherever you get your podcasts.